Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A warm welcome to Toastmasters Club of Lucknow meeting. I am your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I am sure you all are as excited as I am for the meeting today because we are meeting after a really long time. The meeting will be blocked for 2 hours and you are expected to stay for the entire duration. Before I officially begin, I would like to begin with by stating the mission of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now, I have few ground rules for your meeting today. Please keep your phones on silent mode or even switch off mode. I'll give you 30 seconds. I will give you 15 seconds to do so because I can see everyone is on mute. I'll request everyone to please do not cross talk during the speech or whenever the speaker is on stage, and please avoiding the chat box as well when someone is speaking. Do not interject the speaker or anyone other than the table topic master while they are speaking on stage, and request you to please keep yourself muted throughout. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restriction on speaking on these topics, we at Toastmasters Club of Lucknow request all the speakers, role takers, and guests to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. I urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion both in letter and in spirit, hence ensuring there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertone that creates hostility and discomfort for the members or the guests. Lastly, I would like to request everyone to please stay on camera throughout the meeting so that we can have an engaging meeting. Now, I would like to hand over the stage to the presiding officer for today's meeting, who even is the president of the club. He is none other than Toastmaster Nikhil. Can we give a huge round of applause for our president, Toastmaster Nikhil? Toastmaster Nikhil, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi, for kickstarting this meeting on such an enthusiastic note. And thank you so much for the brief introduction. I would like to take this moment to welcome all the participants present here to the 222nd meeting of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. Thank you so much for taking out to be part of this meeting and helping us conduct this meeting. As Toastmaster Manvi already reiterated the mission of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, I would just like to highlight that we all are here trying to provide each other a platform, a friendly platform where we get to learn from each other and where we get to share our experiences, our insights. So, as to the motive is to grow together, learn together, and help each other become better at at better speakers, better leaders, and learn from each other. And today, the person who is going to share his insights and hopefully we'll get to learn a lot is going to be our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dev. But before that, as the norm suggests, we would like to reach out to the guests, the people uh, who have joined from other clubs or from outside Toastmasters, and would request them to give a brief intro about themselves. Starting with Toastmasters Ishan, who is now pretty much regular uh, figure in Toastmasters Club of Lucknow meetings. But I would like to request you to please brief us about yourself before we start.
Thank you so much, just Master Nikhil, and a very masters present here and the guest. My name is Syed Mohammed Rizvi, and I'm from Riyadh. My second, I'm joining the Toastmaster Club just now, and really here because when the last time I really was the positivity of the meeting was really great. And currently, I'm a technology in computer science engineering engineering and research. That's it from my side.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zishan. I'm not sure if it was just for me or others also felt like his voice was breaking up a bit. So probably before you start your speech, I think you can just figure it out and probably switch your network if possible, Toastmaster Zishan. And thank you so much and welcome to our Toastmasters Club of Lucknow's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Swarnima. Although we all know you, but a quick brief introduction about yourself would really help.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nikhil. Good evening. Yes, good evening, everyone. Myself, Toastmaster Swarnima, and I am from UGI Toastmaster Club, and I am serving as Vice President membership in UGI Toastmaster Club. And I have previously joined the meeting in this club, and now I get a chance to join the meeting again. So I am here, and I am here with my speech. So, what do you, Toastmaster Nikhil?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Swarnima, and we are looking forward to hear your speech. And with that, I would like to move forward and introduce our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dave, who has been one of the pillars of not just Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, but I can say probably the whole Division F. A person who has won Toastmaster of the Year award, and he's pursuing masters in computer science from Graphicera University in Dehradun. A great speaker, a very enthusiastic person, someone to whom you can reach out to whenever you need any help, and he's always there to help you. And today's theme that he would be speaking on is the day I decide, the world decides. And if I go by the theme, it's definitely, I believe it's going to be about decision making, about our commitment to a particular decision, about our commitment to task. We take a lot of decisions. We make a lot of, as we say, New Year resolutions, but it's hard to stick to them. And that is what I am assuming is going to highlight, and he's probably going to help us execute as a resolutions well. I'm very eager to listen to him, and let's see what he has to share. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dave.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nikhil. Can we all give a huge round of applause for our presiding officer and Sajid Katams? And personally, I didn't have this idea of speaking about the thing, but thank you for suggesting that way as well. So now Toastmaster Nikhil has already told us what the theme really is. The day I decide, the world decides. And he shared his thoughts as well. Now I want to ask someone who wants to also clarify that what this theme is going to be. Anyone who would like to share their thoughts that what this theme is really going to be about. Anyone? Come on, it's not that difficult. Okay, if nobody is saying anything, Toastmaster Swarnima, what do you think about the theme?
Um, I think you gonna talk about a special day, maybe some. I think
No, no, carry on. Complete your sentence.
maybe your birthday. Maybe you can talk about your birthday.
Thank you. I also got the second idea now to talk about the theme. Okay,
And
Toastmaster
also the
answer.
New Year. Just a minute.
Yes,
And
yes.
also you can talk about the New Year because on New Year we take new kind of resolutions which we doesn't follow. So I think you can talk about that as well.
Okay, decision making, birthday, and New Year resolution. Toastmaster answer. Would you like to add on?
Yeah, I think I can add something. And the theme, I think, is about the willpower that the day you decided, you can show it to the world. it's about that. That's what I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so mind opening. That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
Now,
yes.
Toastmaster Jisan, what do you think about the theme?
Is my voice better now?
Yes, sir.
Well, I believe you are going to talk about the fact that, like Toastmaster Akansha said, that when you will decide something, the world bends toward that decision, and you will achieve it eventually. If you have decided to do something, the universe will help you in achieving that.
Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Anu, what do you think about the theme? The day I decide, the world decides.
I think it's going to be more about the very famous movie dialogue which Shah Rukh Khan made some time back. I think in one of his famous movie, "Koshish Karte Ho," something like that. So probably entire world also
Okay, so we've just got the glimpses of your thoughts,
yeah,
and that were related to a movie.
not sure if my
Yes, yes. We got the gist of it. Okay, so now the last Toastmaster Manvi, and then I will reveal what the theme was really about. And I guess it's going to shock everyone present here because I may look like someone who think by the brain, but I am not. Toastmaster Manvi, please share your thoughts about the theme.
You already shared the main crux of the theme, so I believe whatever we said will not actually be
I
there
didn't
in
say
your theme.
anything.
That
I
is
am
what I'm
just
saying.
taking the points.
Whatever we said will not be there in your theme. So I'll give the stage back to you and save time so that we can hear from
Maybe the
you.
thought you have are going to match mine. So share it.
Okay, so when you shared that specific quote with me, I personally felt it is all about our own decision making because then once when we make our decision, then only the things around us can align towards it, and we can see how we can align a number of things with what our goal is. So that is where, when I decide, the world favors us and decides us to go towards that goal. I'm not sure. This is too philosophical, and this is what I thought. So the stage is all yours.
Okay, so we have seven people in the room, and now we have the seven type of theme in the room. But the one I am going to present, the day I decide, the world decides, is good. The meaning of that statement when I put it as a theme was whenever I decide to go somewhere to a place for a trip, the world is already there at that place. This is the meaning of the day I decide, the world decides. Because I just remember someone asked me that, do you want to go Ayodhya? And I was like, sure, why not? And the next day, my father told me that in the news, there are people flooded in the Ayodhya. You can't go there, sorry. I was like, okay, let's go to Ujjain. Then comes the Ujjain, and then again the news comes. There are too many people out there. You can't go. And then last year, I wanted to go to Mahakumbh. And I already knew that there are going to be many people there, but then their news comes that they are going to be stampede and all. Again, my father said, you can't go there. So I would just want to understand the world around me. What do you want me to do? Whenever I decide something, you decide it as well. Same happened, yeah, 2 days back when there is raining in Dehradun, and I can hear or see all the text present there that it's snowing in Missouri, it's snowing in George Everest. I will like, now it's time to go. But again, the news pops up. People are going there. There is black snow. You can't go there. Now, after hearing all this, do you all feel the day we decide something, the world is already there doing that? Give me a raise of hand if you feel like that too. Okay, Toastmaster, my Toastmaster. Yes, everyone does. Whenever we make a plan, it's already there on someone else's books place. That's why
I,
I like
I,
to chat GPT it. Yes, Toastmaster Nikhil.
so I was just wondering why this does not work when you are attending Toastmaster Club of Lucknow's meetings.
Yes, today I decided to join the meeting and everyone is already there. We have 7 participants.
Sorry,
Yes,
sorry to interrupt. Please
that's
continue.
no. Thanks for stating the fact that I have to decide to come to the meeting, so everyone else does as well. Okay, so this is the crux of the theme that I chose, and I also have taken all the 7 points that you have shared with me, and I'm going to use them in my theme after the various sessions in the meeting. In Toastmasters, we follow structure. For that, we have 3 sessions. First is the prepared speech session, for which we have our prepared speaker, Toastmasters Jason and Toastmasters Swarnima. And the second session is going to be the table topic session, impromptu speaking session where people love coming on stage, sharing their thoughts without getting judged. It's just a safe space where you can speak all your thoughts out and don't feel embarrassed about it. And the third one, and the most important one, is the evaluation session where you are going to get feedbacks on how you can improve your speech, what you did good, and what are the challenges that you can take on for the next speeches. With that, now it's time to call someone who is going to looking after us throughout the meeting and in the third session as well. That is the general evaluator for today. Our general evaluator for today is someone, the Division F director, someone who is very soft spoken, someone who likes to roam around a lot, who likes to do adventure thing, but at the 12th hour, when the clock is already at 59 and at 12, we have to move out. So please help me welcome our wonderful general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Manvi on stage. Toastmaster Manvi, the stage is all yours and it's already the 12th hour.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dev. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I believe there are no guests today, so good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Being the general evaluator, I personally am very bored of taking this role, to be honest, because I am doing this, I think, third time in a row now. But being the general evaluator today, my role would be to look after the meeting throughout, wherein what we did good in the meeting, how we could have improved. And to be honest, for a 2 hours meeting, I alone cannot jot down all the points. For which I have a team of role players who will be doing their job in a specific field. And the team is known as tag team, wherein one of them is timer, second is aha counter, and third is grammarian. Before I go ahead, I would like to call upon stage the timer of the meeting, Toastmaster Dev. Toastmaster Dev, can we have you on stage and please help us with your role and help me how exactly you will be helping us today.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. We have such a wonderful general evaluator. She takes good care of everyone. Now, I, as the timer in her team, is going to help you all with the keeping track of the time of your speeches. With that, the first session, the prepared speech session, we have 2 speeches which are of 5 to 10 minutes. I will show the green card at 5 minutes as you can see on my background, and I will show the green card at 6 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. There is 30 seconds of buffer time for on the upper sides. In table topic session, okay. In table topic session, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. I will say the green card at 1 minute, the yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card at 2 minutes. There is 30 seconds of buffer period on the upper side as well. For the evaluation session, the evaluators are allotted with 2 to 3 minutes. I will show the green card at 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minute 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. And there is 30 seconds of buffer period on the upper side. That's all for my role. I will come at the end of the session when called upon by the general evaluator to share my report. And now I hand over the stage back to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Manvi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dev, for sharing detailed role of what exactly you will be doing and how exactly you will be helping us with the timing part. Now, I would like to call upon stage the second role player who is the grammarian of the meeting today. Toastmaster Kancha, can we have you on stage for your specific role?
Yeah, thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Uh, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and guest, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So, for today's meeting, the word is notorious, which means people and things well known or famous, but for the wrong reasons, for something bad. An example of using the word is she learned about the notorious pirate in history class. And the phrase of the day is a blessing in disguise, which means something that seems bad but turns out to be fortunate. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kancha. And I'll request you to please put down the word of the day and phrase of the day in the chat box as well, so that everyone remembers what exactly the word was and the phrase was. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kancha, for briefly describing about your role. Now, the third role player of my team is the R counter. And today, the R counter role will be played by Toastmaster Asankhe. Toastmaster Asankhe, can we have you on stage? And we'll request you to please briefly describe about your role.
Sure. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, I'll be playing the role of the R counter. As the name suggests, I will keep a note of all the R's that you make, that you unintentionally might use in your speech. But beyond R, there are so, like, the filler words, even the crutch words that hamper the effectiveness of our speech is something I will share as a collated report towards the end, as and when I am called upon the stage to by the general evaluator. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asankhe, for sharing what exactly you will be doing and how you will be helping all the speakers and role takers today. Now, I would be back with my team in the third section of the meeting, and these three role players are there in my team, but along with them, I also have two more people who will be the evaluators, and I'll be calling them when we'll be doing the evaluation session. So, that was all from my side for the introductory part, and I'll be back in the third section of the meeting. Now, I would like to hand over the stage to someone who's notorious enough that he took the role impromptu on the spot, and he'll be taking forward now. Toastmaster Dev, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Can we all give a huge round of applause for the tag team and gender evaluator? Now, let's move on with the theme and then the prepared speeches. Before continuing, we have the new guest now. Now I can ask them the same question and have more ideas for my next themes. And one person already left. Wow. Okay, so I see guest Aishwarya. She also left. Why people are so scared of coming on the stage? My God. No worries. So we'll go ahead and today I decided to take the role impromptu, as already told by Toastmaster Mani, because I was just, lazing down. I just washed my all the clothes because I live in hostel and I having a back pain. So I just laid down and she called me that we don't have the team mode. I was like, okay, that's all right. And they were like, you have to do it, think out the theme and share it. No, it was my duty to either decide and sleep or decide to take the role immediately. So I want to ask any one of you to share one incident where you took something or some decision on the spot and then you are proud of it. because I will be proud of it if you all answer with me and interact with me. Otherwise, my mentor is going to just slap me and say, "What did you do in the team?" So, anyone who would like to share, please. Yes, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dev. Something I'm not sure whether it is a blessing in disguise for me because I am someone who loves to be in my comfort zone. I gave an option to Toastmaster Anup whether you would like to be the TTM or G, and I never wanted to be the general evaluator today. But as he chose, it was TTM that he would like to play. And I was back with the role that I do not want to play. So I believe that is something that might turn into a blessing in disguise, wherein I would be now actively listening the meeting throughout and maybe will be giving a better report than before.
Well, given your notorious nature, now it is a karma because you didn't want it the general evaluator role and you gave me the team mode. Now, haha, back at you. Anyone else who would like to share one incident? Come on. Okay, I'm going to pick our evaluator, Toastmaster Nikhil. Your life is so mysterious that I want to hear what you
I
did.
actually, I actually didn't raise my hand because I didn't get the question. I missed the question. Can you please repeat?
Okay, so I got the chance to play the team mode role at the 11th hour by Toastmaster Manvi. Please share any experience of something you took instantly and you are proud of it.
Mm. I personally, I mean, I'm someone who takes a lot of things without planning a lot, and I think I gave you very recently only. I gave you the example when I was trying to convince you to take the T mod. That how many number of times I have taken it myself at the very last moment. So that is something uh, which honestly, I mean, uh, on a very serious note, it helps. It teaches us a lot. It speaks a lot about our about one's ability to take risk, ability to get out of your comfort zone. And I really appreciate that, and I understand. And Toastmaster Dev has, it's not the first time he has done something like that. Toastmaster Manvi or Sankhya would know how many times he has done things like that. So although I'm not surprised that what I initially said that the topic would be about, because I do not really expect a very wise kind of theme from Toastmaster Dev. And since since he's someone, as Toastmaster Manvi said, very notorious. So I'm not surprised it turns out to be a very funny and yet full of learnings. But yes, more, I'm expecting it to be a humorous session, and thank you for taking up that.
I just had a question. Did Cremery and Toastmaster Manvi and Toastmaster Nikhil had some connection there to put a notorious word there and then using it against me so that the word of the day count goes up and everyone laughs a lot as well?
What if
I
what if
want to.
Toastmaster Akansha chose a word of the day after she got to know the T mod?
That's not true, actually. That's not true.
Thank you so much. Somebody is there helping me. Thank you. Okay, so with that, let's move on to the next session, and I will come back to each one of you present there with this question again after we are covered with the prepared speeches. Now it's time to call upon the first speaker on the stage, and before calling the first speaker on the stage, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Nikhil, on the stage to read out the speech objectives. Toastmaster Nikhil, the stage is all yours.
Just a second, just a second. Please allow me a second. Hello. Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dev. And Today, I would be evaluating a speech of Toastmaster Zishan, who would be delivering Level 1 Project 3 of Pathway Presentation Mastery. Toastmaster Zishan hails from the holy city of Prayagraj, currently pursuing Bachelor's of Technology in Computer Science from UGI College. He completed his intermediate and high school from Boys High School, and his hobbies include gardening, reading books. He is someone who is interested and who includes trying out new cuisines, learn new languages, and his aim in life is to provide everything to his parents the way they provided him. With that, I would like to call upon stage Toastmaster Zishan, becoming more human. Toastmaster Zishan, becoming more human.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nikhil. A very good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Well, today I'm going to talk about becoming more human. Now I know you all must be wondering, what do I mean by becoming more human? Are we not human enough? Oh, come on, that sounds hilarious. Haven't we already filled forms and selected all the squares with traffic lights just to prove that we are human? Well, let me explain a little bit. I hope you all will understand what I'm trying to say. And before I begin my yapping, I would like to ask you all one question. Do you feel that when you are at your home with your loved ones, your cousin, your family, you have a different way of expressing yourself than when you are with someone outside of your home, your employee or friends? The difference is you are more polite, more patient with people outside of your home. But why is that? I believe that when you are outside, you are wearing a fake mask. You are all happy and smiling, full of positivity. But the moment you enter your house, all that sunshine fades. And you look very gloomy, dull, and stressed, anxious, cranky. Why does this happen? Why do we fake it outside, but inside our homes we show this weird and cranky behavior? I believe it's because when we are around our loved ones, we feel safe enough to let ourselves out, like completely. And I know it may sound like a good thing, a good idea, but to pour your heart out in a wrong way, I don't think so it's good for the people you love. Because the ones you love don't like being hurt by you. And they do get hurt when you behave in that weird manner. So I believe that we should all work on making our family our first priority. I repeat, our first priority should be our family members. Not the people outside the home, but the people inside. Moving on, now that I have said that, let me tell you one more thing. You all have to be a very, very good observers. Believe me, being a good observer helps you in the long run. Why am I saying this? Because when you become a good observer, you start learning things from each and every moment of your life. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, oh no, that sounded really blank. Let me give it another try. Once upon a time, I was watching an American series named Modern Family. And there is this lady in that show named Gloria, and she has a husband named Jay and a kid, Manny. Now, what was happening is she was complaining to her husband that why is he asking me to remove a housekeeper? And she has a very funny accent. So I'll try to mimic that, and she goes like, Jay, you don't understand what I am dealing with. I'm really exhausted working all the time. And I have a small kid, and he's very notorious. Taking his care is also a very big thing. Now, while she was saying all of this, the current housekeeper was listening. He comes closer to her and asks, Ma'am, are you feeling angry? She replies, Yes, I'm really angry. He never listens to me. Then the housekeeper asks, Ma'am, do you feel you are unheard? She says, Yes, he never understands me and he never listens to me. Well, after hearing all of that, the housekeeper pauses and says, Well, the feeling that you are being unheard and not understood, I think that's the same feeling your husband and your kid have. They also feel unheard. The moment he said this, the lady freeze. And she realized that what she was feeling is exactly what her husband and her kid were feeling. So, what we observe from this scene is that when we are angry and deeply caught up in our own problems, we never understand what the other person is going through. Maybe they have the same problem. Maybe they are going from it too. The reason behind telling you this story is to make you understand that a lot of time when you don't understand the person in front of you, you end up being hurting them. So, I believe to become a good human, what you need to do is start practicing like understanding others' feeling, their thoughts, and put yourself in their shoes before taking any decision or saying something that might hurt them. I believe that keeping these things in mind, that being a good observer, being more patient, keeping your family as your first priority will help you becoming more human towards each other. Now, I hope you all were with me so far in this. And I hope you get to take some good notes from this speech and you all have a very, very great evening ahead. Thank you so much to all of you. And I would like to give the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Can we all give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Jason for sharing such a wonderful speech and where he showed us this voice modulation of Gloria. Well, we all might not have seen the Modern Family show, but we all have seen her in the Instagram reels where she goes with her unique accent. I can't even mimic it, but Toastmaster Jason, you nailed it. Maybe you are the next Gloria of the family. Thank you so much. With that, now let's move to our next speaker for today. That is Toastmaster Swarnima. And before calling her on the stage, I would like to call her evaluator on the stage to read out the speech objective. Please give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Anup. And Toastmaster Anup, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dev. I hope I'm audible because there's some issue with my network. Perfect. So, our next speaker is Toastmaster Swarnima Mishra. She's a third year CSE student from United Engineering College, Prayagraj. She's also serving as Vice President membership at UGI Toastmaster Club. Uh, Swarnima is a gold medalist in zonal badminton and she's also energetic performer in dance. She believes every challenge is a blessing in disguise. She'll be presenting her speech from Persuasive Influence Pathway, Level 2, Project 3. Let's welcome her. And speech title for Swarnima is Two Mentors, Two Styles, One Transformation. So over to you, Toastmaster Swarnima. All the best.
A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters. They say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. In my case, two teachers appeared, and I was not ready for either of them. Because before Toastmasters taught me how to speak, it taught me something far more important: how to be mentored. When I joined Toastmasters, I was assigned my first mentor, Toastmaster Abuzar. And before I even met him, I had already met his reputation. People called him the OG all rounder, the impromptu king, And then there was me, new, quiet, and highly experienced in overthinking. So when we were officially introduced, I barely spoke to him. Not because I had nothing to say him, but because my mind was already saying everything. What if he did not like me? What if he did not want me as his mentee? What if I disappoint him? Without any feedback, without any evidence, I rejected myself. That fear followed me straight into my icebreaker. Everyone around me was preparing and writing their speeches confidently, but me, I was confidently stuck. Finally, I gathered all the courage and I messaged him. I want to speak to you. I am your mentee. And then the message came. We spoke briefly about how the Toastmaster works. And the next day, he asked me to call him. That call changed everything. He gave me a name, Minty G. Yes, cute name, right? But with higher expectations. He gave me some points and asked me to build a speech with that point. But me, I just gave that points to the chat GPT and chat GPT built a speech for me and I sent it to him. When he saw that speech, he paused and he called me and said that, Minty ji, there is no problem in using the chat GPT, but first use your brain, then use the technology. That was my first mentoring lesson, I could say. A mentor does not give you the ready made answer, they teach you how to think. But knowing the lesson and applying the lessons, both are very different. So 2 days before my icebreaker, my speech was not still ready. Panic mode on. I was I was very panicking. And then I called him. He calmly redesigned my whole speech and gave it a new flow and said, Relax, Mantiji, don't worry. Just be confident. Do not memorize it, just read it and be confident and just give your best. Did I listen to him? No. I memorized everything. And on my icebreaker day, I walked on the stage very confidently. And suddenly, my mind went blank. Long pauses, awkward silence, and I am seeing all the faces. And eventually, I saw his face disappointment. That moment hurted me very deeply. But that moment also created a promise inside me that one day I will make my mentor proud. And he will say that she is my mentee. Life moved on. I was trying my level best to make him proud. Make him proud. I was trying. But my mentoring took a new form. Abu Zaid moved away for his job. The bond stayed, but the conversation reduced due to the distance. And then I was assigned to a new mentor. Dev. Again, the same fear returned. What if he also thinks, why me? The first time I sent my speech to him very nervously and he read it, he smiled and gave me a new name. Yes, new name. Madam Ice Cream Shop. Not exact, you can say it is also very cute name, but again with high expectations. You see, I have a serious bimari of overthinking. overthinking before messaging that I need your help. And somehow, Toastmaster Dev understood that. He made sure to check on me, to call me, to message me that what is going on when you are giving your next speech, this, that, everything. Because he knew, because somehow he knew that the silence for me means overthinking on full volume. Slowly, I realized that something very powerful that every mentor is different, but every mentor adds value to your journey. In my case, one challenges your overthinking and another protects your confidence. Both shapes my journey. Then came the moment where everything changed, the humorous speech contest. Something was different. I wrote my speech, Toastmaster Dev reviewed it, approved it, and I trusted myself. I delivered the result. Second position at the club level and winner of the area level. Yes. But the real moment, winning moment came later when Toastmaster Abuzer messaged me that super proud of you, Menti Ji. And that message meant a lot more than a trophy to me. Because suddenly every failure made sense to me, every pause mattered, and even that painful icebreaker day had a purpose. So sometimes the biggest success is not an applause or award. It is someone you admire say, I am proud of you. Thank you, and over to you, the team mod.
Can we all give a huge round of applause to our speaker, Toastmaster Swarnima? How wonderfully you showed us that two mentors, completely different. One is just being someone who can be productive, and someone who understands that you are overthinking definitely. But I can tell you proudly that now she messaged me before taking any role and confirms that I am going for it. So yeah, that's a huge change, Toastmaster Swarnima. So congratulations, you have mastered one thing, and now we have another thing ahead. So with that, our prepared speeches session is over. We have two beautiful speeches, and we will hear two beautiful evaluation at the end. And now it's time for session which we all wait for the whole meeting. Whether you are a role player, whether you are a guest, or whether you are someone who can call yourself the table topic champion, but here you are just a newbie because the topic is not going to be something that you are prepared for. And for that, we have someone who will help us in improving our impromptu speaking skills by giving us the topic impromptu. And now I would like everyone to please give a huge round of applause for our table topic master who has the power, a blessing in disguise by improving our speeches regularly. So over to you, table topic master Toastmaster Noop, for the table topic session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dev. Thank you so much. Uh, so when we started this meeting and I opted for table topic master, so I thought let me think of topics which are from my domain itself, and that is where I decided let's talk about advertisement as a topic itself, and we'll try to take topics from that space because there's if we had to talk about effective communication, probably advertisements are the best mode where a brand manager tries to tell you a perfect story from 30-second to 45-second kind of a time frame. They try to leave you with a message, and they also try to persuade your decision making so that you end up buying that particular brand or product, right? So I thought, let me figure out top couple of few successful advertisement campaigns from Indian FMCG space. So that will be primarily your topic, and what you have to do, you have to share your take on that. Now, as an impromptu session, all of you will get a time slot to speak for roughly 2 odd minutes. You'll qualify for the speech once you cross 1.5 minute. A 2 minute timer will also show you a particular card in terms of particular card. I think Toastmaster they will help us with that. So you have to be mindful of the time, and topic will be given you here itself, and you'll also get an evaluation in terms of specific areas by the tag team, right? So we'll be starting with the table topics. Anyone who want to opt and go for the first one? So let's start with Toastmaster Asank, right? Asank, what I'll do, I'll just take the help of picker wheel so that you get your own topic, right? And we can primarily start from there. But before, I think Toastmaster Dev has already shared the time limits for this particular table topics, right? So, Asank, I have just shared my screen, and these are some successful advertisement campaign from Indian Space. Let's see what you get. Perfect. So, Colgate, strong teeth, strong family. It is the same line what they have been using for last now 10 to 12 odd years. They have not changed it yet, right? So, it's very specific about this, and we'll try to see as we go. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anup. Well, Colgate. How many of you, first of all, use Colgate or have used Colgate in your lifetime? I'm sure everyone must have. Even if I may recollect, right from my childhood days, the toothpaste that we have been habituated to using the most is Colgate. Pepsodent, maybe today Dant Kanti are there as well on the sidelines, but Colgate is something that has been there as a go-to product that we have been using. Why? Just if I may just delve deeper into that, it might be because the advertisements, as rightly Toastmaster Anup mentioned, are the best form of communication. And the advertisements have majorly been focusing upon how those teeth are white. Our teeth are whitened a little more vis-a-vis compared with the other toothpastes. That is what I recollect. And even if I delve deeper into my journey of brushing my teeth, I will say that I have been someone who has been a notorious kid right from my early childhood days, and my mother always used to say, "Ki, you need to brush twice, once in the morning, once in the evening after having your final meal, and you shouldn't have anything else once you have done your have had your dinner and all." But even till today, even all my life, I have never been I have not never been able to get habituated to that style of brushing my teeth late in the evening after my dinner, and that is something that makes me think when I think of Colgate or toothpaste as a as something that if I just delve deeper from my perspective, but from coming from a Colgate brand point of view, that is one toothpaste that is something that I personally have been using. Today, if I may say, my parents have shifted to Dant Kanti and they keep on pushing me as well to explore or use, because that is wherein they say it's coming with a lot more herbs or XYZ additional nutrients as to how that helps. But overall, from my perspective, I feel it's about how the brand makes you feel. That is what the marketing and that is what the feel factor is all about. And Colgate has been like at the crescendo in terms of making sure that they are capturing the audience right from maybe 90s to 2000, even in 2025, I will say. What's your brand, Toastmaster Anu, that you go to when it comes to toothpaste?
Okay, so off late I shifted to Immo Farm, right? But one thing what has been very unique about Colgate is they are the first one who started using doctor with a white apron just to give that validity, right? And they have been maintaining that stance for now almost 20-25 odd years. Because now we associate that white apron with the doctor so well. And that is also goes to Colgate, the way they started advertising in India. Now you see a lot of other brands also have started copying that. So thank you for your brilliant take, Asankhya, on this particular topic. Now we can move to second topic. Anyone who would want to volunteer now? Otherwise, I had to pick and choose. Okay, no volunteers. So let me go to, okay, Nikhil is there. Nikhil has volunteered for this. So Nikhil, back to you. Next topic. Let's see which brand is this. Oh, 2 minute noodles. Maggie 2 minute noodles in case. So 2 minute noodle stories continuing with Maggie for a long period of time now, right? And they have been building on this particular thing. So Toastmaster Nikhil, 2 minute noodles, Maggie. Your take on it.
So as when we all were growing up, we the society is such that we have been fed with so many lies, starting from the childhood when our parents used to tell us that uh, you pass 10th grade and life will be sorted. Then you got to know that no, that's a lie. Then they said you pass 12th grade, life would be sorted. Again, it was a lie. Then they said about college, then they said about job, and every single time we realized that it's a lie. And just like that, Maggie being cooked in 2 minutes is a lie that we have been fed with throughout our lives. No, I at least I can speak for myself. Probably I'm not a good cook because I have never been able to prepare Maggie in 2 minutes. And I can bet most of us people present here, none of us have been able to prepare it in 2 minutes. I take 2 minutes just to tear the sachet of the Maggie masala in it because you cannot tear it with your hands. You have to either use your teeth or use a scissor. And every single time I open up a Maggie packet, I spill it. So another 5 minutes goes in collecting back the broken Maggie noodles and putting it into the bowl. So this is the biggest lie that I believe we have been fed with, that Maggie can be cooked in 2 minutes. And even if you cook it 2 minutes, it is not it does not taste the way you want it, because we are Indians. We love spice. We love tadka in every single thing. We want onion in it. We want tomato in it. We want uh, beans in it. So we have to cut onion, tomato, beans, and everything needs to be sorted. So what we say is a 2 minute recipe ends up being a half an hour process, and then you just have to eat it. And probably we can say that eating it takes a minute. So I think it should have been the other way around, that Maggie, something that you can finish in 2 minutes. So I believe this is the biggest lie, and we should take a firm stand against this branding. Over to you, Toastmaster Anoop. What do you think?
So I think probably Nestle is also hearing you, and this is how they started advertising Maggie in India. And once this was established that it is a ready to cook, which you can cook in a very limited time, they have also moved to a lot of regional taglines. So now, I mean, if you are traveling to any hill station, you'll get to see a lot of boards with Pahadon Wali Maggie. Now, they're further trying to indulge you in different kind of things. And I think recently also they started some new campaign. So this 2 minute noodle they started long back. I mean, now they do not, and they don't pursue this any further, and they're moving it to more emotional and indulgence kind of a category, and they're doing a lot of work on that. But all in all, a brilliant campaign, and they have been able to establish that this is probably one of the easiest thing to cook. At least in our minds, we have that kind of association with the brand. Now, moving to next topic, do we have any volunteers now? Okay. So Toastmaster Akansha, let's go to Toastmaster Akansha. So Akansha, your topic, I'll see what you get. One of the most humorous advertisements made in Indian context, right? One of the funniest advertisement, Scent of Fresh. And I think we recently lost Piyush Mishra in Indian advertising context, and he was the pioneer to create very, very funny advertisement for Center Fresh. And he wrote very funny advertisement last 20, 30 odd years. So Center Fresh, Zuban Pe Rakho Lagam. Over to you, Toastmaster Akanksha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anoop. Uh, so, Center Fresh, I think from the very childhood, We every one of us has used it, and yeah, like it has many usage, as in uh, it's very it can be played around as well. Like I used to do it when I was a child. You can just blow the air inside it, and we can compete around that whose bubble is the largest one. And yeah, it was quite fun. The minty flavor in it is like very nice and refreshing as well. So uh, nothing much about it. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Anu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akansha. That was brilliant take. And one specific story I think many of you might not be aware of. Perfetti, when they launched Center Fresh in India, they had to take a call. This brand was not doing that well, the way you see it nowadays. Okay. And that point in time, Chloromint was quite big. Okay. And Chloromint used to command a sizable share. It was probably the second or third largest brand in their category, within their company, right? Now, just to make the path for Center Fruit, that company took a very bold decision. It's not easy. It was, I think, if I'm not wrong, close to 400 odd crore brand. They shut it down, and that is where they started focusing on Center Fresh. Probably one of the things I think it is very difficult for any company to take those kind of calls, but they're very confident about this brand and the kind of advertisement they created, and then this became a new success. If you have to see Indian context in terms of brand, I think it was one Toyota which withdrew Qualis as a car when it was at its peak, and probably Chloromint, which was withdrawn by Perfetti long back, just to make the path for Center Fresh. Now back to topics. Anyone who would want to volunteer now after Akansha? So let's go to Toastmaster Jishan then. Jishan? Okay, done. So let's go to Jishan now. So Zishan, your topic is, I think, from childhood we have been watching this ad, right? For all the lovely ladies, the favorite washing powder is Nirma, right? Over to you, Zishan. Nirma washing powder.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Well, the topic is quite musical. You know, Nirma, washing powder, Nirma, doodh ki safedi. So the fact that they use the word doodh ki safedi, I don't think so that they should be like, it's very funny that they mix an edible thing with the washing powder. You know, the mind they are using in this advertisement is at another level. I don't think so they are making this type of funny ads anymore. But that era was really amazing. Now, I believe that although it was something that we used to wash our clothes, I don't think so I would use it anymore. I'm more on the other brands like Idiomatic or something else, but not washing powder Nirma. And now I believe that uh, that ad, you know, just subconsciously lives in our mind rent free. Wherever I read the lyrics, or I like lyrics, I'm seeing the lyrics, I read the lyrics, it automatically plays in my mind that song, that scene in that advertisement, the girl that was wearing a white cloth and then washing the clothes. It was all a very, you know, core memory of my childhood, of course. So it was a fun thing from the childhood, and yeah, that was it from my side. Thank you, Table Topic Master. Back to you.
Thank you, Zishan. So one thing what most of the advertisers do, like as Zishan rightly highlighted, this has got no connect with Doodh in any way, right? But when you go to people and ask them, so there are a lot of things which goes behind the science of advertising. So they meet a lot of consumers. So for example, if I had to pitch if I had to establish a brand as a washing powder which is known for whitening, then once you go to Indian consumer, Safedi, what you did, what is the best product which denotes Safedi for you? Then probably majority of answers, if people are able to associate Safedi with milk or whitening with milk, that is where it goes. Even if you see, I think Colgate also, when they started advertising, they said "doodh jaise ya moti jaise dant" long back when it used to be a powder, right? So doodh, moti, all these are categories which are established from the point of view from consumer that they associate it with. So Shivam, I think Shivam, you are guest. If you are available, can Toastmaster Shivam, sorry, guest Shivam, if you are available here, can you take a topic? Okay. So guest Shivam, you had to unmute yourself, and I'll just help you with the topic, and then you can talk about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm able to take a topic, and my name is Shwant Tripathi. This is my first day, uh, can we start now?
Perfect, perfect. Yes, yes, Shivam. So Shivam, your topic is Tata Tea, Jago Re. That is one of the very successful campaign which they did, right? So Tata, I mean, the top two most successful campaigns, one was of course Desh Ka Namak, Tata Namak, and the second is Jago Re, which they used for Tata Tea. So, Shivam, what do you have to do? You have to speak on this particular Tata tea or any of your experiences around tea. You can talk about that for the next 2 minutes. Okay, over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Tata is basically one of the most renowned and uh, company, and that is founded by Mr. Ratan Tata. So we all know that namak is most important and essential part of our life, that is running in our house and in daily basis. So uh, that Ratan Tata give to all Indians this type of brand that is very helpful for all of us, and one of the very good thing, like Tata Tea. So Tata Tea is also very important, uh, being time period when modernization before that, the history of the came from and green tea that was running, but after that revolution came by introducing the Tata Tea. So we all know that the importance of this brand. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shivam. Thank you so much. Thank you for that fantastic take. And yes, Mr. Tata was one of the legendary personalities which we have in Indian corporate sector. One of the finest gentlemen, I think, to whom everyone respects across the country. So that was a brilliant take. So I think we can take one more topic depending on we have some time left. So let's go to Swarnima Manvi. Okay, Toastmaster Swarnima.
Yes. Yes, Toastmaster Anoop.
Okay, let's see which brand you get. कुछ मीठा हो जाए.
Cadbury.
Cadbury.
कुछ मीठा हो जाए.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do?
Cadbury. कुछ मीठा हो जाए. Eventually, I can say that I really like chocolates and I can eat chocolate like 12 chocolate I can eat in a day. So this is my very favorite topic. I can say that I got the topic of my favorite chocolate. So if I say like they like show the chocolate so beautifully that you attracted it naturally. Like they show the chocolate like melted chocolate, and there's a flowing like a full chocolate land. They are with the in some of the ads they show the chocolate land, in which the chocolate, there are fountains of the chocolate and the chocolate withering. And I really want to go on such a land where the chocolate in a fountain is flowing like this, and I was eating the chocolate. I just want to go. So I could say that Cadbury was a very well known brand of chocolate, and now they're selling so many varieties of chocolate. And my favorite chocolate is uh, the brownie one, Cadbury brownie. I love that chocolate. And if I say, they like beautifully shows the emotions, because I can say that if we are in stress, we can eat chocolate, we can reduce our stress by eating that chocolate. So chocolate is kind of necessity for me. Yes, that's it from my side. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Surnima. Thank you so much. And Cadbury is best in finest companies in Indian space. Right. Thank you. So I was saying fine companies and campaigns. They are the one who changed entire gifting industry by advertising celebrations so well that now on Raksha Bandhan, Diwali, the first thing what comes to your mind in terms of gifting is a chocolate gift hamper, right? So they did it over the last couple of years, and now it is. If Indian sweets are facing one tough competition from anything, it is probably the Cadbury celebration, right? And it had a huge impact on their overall numbers. And one recently they pulled off a very successful launch campaign of Biscoff. So they have recently launched a biscuit and cookie in Indian industry, and they have painted the entire town, entire cities. I mean, where they have focused in red, right? So I think now we don't have enough time, so let's go back to our meeting. So back to you, Toastmaster Dave, and let's take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we all give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Anup for reminding us and taking us back to nostalgia, I would say, because still remembering Colgate first ad where they all come and say, do you have salt in your toothpaste? Yes, thank you so much for the wonderful topics, Toastmaster Anup. And with that, now we are coming to the end of the meeting, but it is not really the end, because now it's time for the something which is very important for everyone of us present here, the evaluation. Something to improve upon and some praises that maybe are sugar coated or something, but we want it. Because who doesn't like the appreciation? And the day we decide that we want the feedbacks to be improve us, and rather than making us praises, that day we will start improving on the another level. Don't give me the praise as the evaluator, give me the area of improvement, make me the best speaker you can make, because that day I will decide, that the evaluator decides. With that, now I would like to hand over the stage back to our notorious general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Manvi. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dev. Now we would be beginning with the evaluation session. And to start with, we have two evaluators who will be evaluating the prepared speeches. I request the first evaluator, who is none other than Toastmaster Nikhil, to please come up on stage and help the speaker with your evaluation. The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi. Great speech, Toastmaster Zishan. I had heard about your speaking skills, and today I witnessed the same. And I can say that, to point out a few great things that I noticed about your speech, starting with the energy that you bring. You were such, I mean, you set the stage on fire right the moment you started, and this attract a lot of attention from the audience, even if they are kind of distracted. The energy you bring, that the energy that a good speaker brings on the stage, quickly attracts the attention of the audience. You did that really well. Second thing was your voice modulations. I really liked your voice modulations, switching your voice tones, and the tonality as per the requirement of the speech. You were spot on with that. And one special thing that I would like to mention is your facial expressions. Your facial expressions align so much with your speech, and that is something, is I can say, a blessing in disguise, for because not all the speakers are able to do that with such minimal effort. So that is something I really enjoyed in your speech. And you had put some rhetorical questions, some stories, some relatable stories from sitcom, or some kind of very relatable things here and there, which definitely highlighted the concept that you were pitching through your story. And to take this piece to the next level, I have a few recommendations for you, Toastmasters Zishan. First is using anecdotes. So obviously you had stories, you had rhetorical questions, but what really helps in these type of speeches is, Toastmasters Zishan, when you have some anecdotes, some real life experiences that you can share with the audience, because that is more relatable. The stories can hook the audience, but anecdotes help the audience relate with the speaker, connect with the speaker, and most importantly, remember the speaker. Right. Second thing is call to action. What differentiates a good and a great speaker is how they make their audience feel. So I myself got to learn this last year only from my mentor, that when you make the audience realize a problem, it's a good job done. It's a job good done very well. But you put them under guilt or some kind of tension, and you don't want your audience to leave the the place with guilt or tension. So now you are responsible to give them a solution. You just cannot leave them hanging out to dry with a tense face. You need to give them a solution so that they go home with hope and not guilt. And that is what makes you a great speaker. So I speak as a speaker, when you end on a positive note with a call to action, right? That really puts a lot of I would say impetus in your speech. A lot of that also gives a lot of structure, because you started with a problem, ended with a solution. And one last thing that I would like to highlight is your hand gestures. Probably because you are sitting, I would suggest you can next time you deliver a speech, you would stand up, because hand gestures should be more visible. And even whatever I could see of your hand gestures, they were very repetitive, which I don't know, just keeps making distracting me as an audience. So probably you can work a little bit on that. So I loved your voice modulation. Energy was great. Facial expression was fantastic. Just a little bit of work on your hand gestures, adding a little bit more of real life experiences, and a solid call to action would definitely take this speech to next level. And I am pretty sure that you are going to a great speaker going forward. I could really sense that, and I wish you the very best for that. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nikhil, for a detailed evaluation wherein I loved how beautifully you covered the major points that were required in the speech. Thank you so much for that specific evaluation. Now, coming to the next evaluator, who's none other than our table topic master. He is playing a dual role today. So, Toastmaster Anup, can we have you on stage for the evaluation of Toastmaster Swarnima's speech?
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. And so, Toastmasters Swarnima, I think she did a brilliant job by telling all of us a story, and also leaving us with a message. I think, Swarnima, one thing which was very very obvious, that the topic which you chose, that was very apt, and topic in itself was quite engaging, and it left all of us thinking about it, what you're going to talk about, which was two mentors, two styles, and one transformation. So topic was quite engaging, because at times, if you don't choose topic well, that also little at times that might not act in your favor, but I think full marks to you on in terms of the kind of subject line you chose for your speech. Now, coming to specific of your objectives for this particular module, I think you were supposed to structure a speech to influence audience thought, belief, and action. You have been able to meet that objective as if you left all of us with a takeaway that we need to seek mentors who can challenge us and help us to come out of a comfort zone and guide us in that particular in a direction which is more meaningful and productive for us. You also talked about, I think you took personal anecdotes and you talked about a storyline which was more personal for you. You talked about both the mentors, how they were different, and you also narrated that story very beautifully. Even when it was, I think all of us could connect well when you talked about your first icebreaker speech, right? Probably most of us go memorize and do all of that. So most of us were able to connect with that personal storytelling. So brilliant job on that front. So if I had to see in terms of topic choosing, topic selection, in terms of personal storytelling, full marks to you on both the fronts. Uh, Areas of improvement where you could have improved, I think there was too much use of hand gestures at times. It was looking little. Can you just work on that a little bit? I think it'll be more impactful in a way, right? So we could see your hand gestures, and at times they were very very up, but in certain cases it felt that we are overdoing it. Right, that was one thing. Other in terms of closing statement, I think either in terms of time, probably you needed little longer time in order to deliver that impactful closing remark. That was somehow missed. I think you throughout the storyline it was going so well, and I think we also got the gist of message, but probably you can time it better to have a very impactful closing remark that will make it even better, and probably audience will get more influenced and carried away by that, and you'll be able to leave your message well, right? So probably you have to time your speech better going forward. So these are two recommendations from my side. Otherwise, it was a brilliant speech and we could relate with you throughout your speech. So well done, sir.
Thank you
Back
so
to
much,
General
Toastmasters.
Evaluator Manvi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anu, for detailed evaluation for Toastmaster Swarnima's speech. Before I share my observation on the evaluator's evaluation, I would like to call upon stage my tag team in the reverse order, obviously, wherein I would like to call upon the grammarian first. I'll request Toastmaster Akansha to please come upon stage and help us with the grammarian report.
Yeah, sure. So, Toastmaster Anup used word of the day one time, and the good words used by him were persuade, opted, association, impactful, and Toastmaster Zishan usage by word of the day was one time. The good words used by him was hilarious, yapping, gloomy, cranky, unheard, put oneself in their shoe, subconsciously. Toastmaster Swarnima, the good words usage were impromptu, icebreaker, adds value, humorous. Toastmaster Asankhya, the usage of the word was for one time, and the good words used by him was habituated, uh, decrescendo. Toastmaster Dev, usage was three times, and good words used by him was mimic, nailed it, overthinker, nostalgia. Guest Shivam, the good words usage were renowned, revolution. Toastmaster Nikhil, usage of the word of the day was three times, and good words used by him was witnessed, set the stage on fire, anecdote, impetus. Toastmaster Manvi used the word of the day and the phrase of the day three times in total. So thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Manvi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akansha, for that detailed report. Coming to the next team role play, wherein Toastmaster Asankya was playing the role of a counter. Toastmaster Asankya, can we have you on stage for the counter report, please?
Yeah, sure, Toastmaster Manvi. Uh, Good evening once again to all the fellow Toastmasters. And my R counter report will be categorized in three segments. The first part would be the coverage of R's and ums, how much R's and ums you had in your speech. The second will be the pauses. And the third will be the filler words that I felt could have been avoided. So let's get started. The presiding officer, Toastmaster Nikhil. I didn't make a note of the SA and PO. For T mod, Toastmaster Dev had around 5+ hours, and as the general evaluator, Manvi just had 1 hour, 2 source. As a timer, I Toastmaster Dev had 2 hours. I had around 4 hours till now. So two and one because that I felt were unnecessary. Grammarian Toastmaster Akansha, just 1 hour while the introductory bit of the grammarian report was delivered. The prepared speakers, Toastmaster Zishan, 2 hours, one pause, you can say a short pause. Toastmaster Zishan had so once, like once, well twice. Toastmaster Swarnima, 3 hours and ums, one again short pause because she's in the habit of using because a lot. So, as an extension to the previous sentence, I will say at times we can maybe give a full stop and then go ahead with another sentence that would help ensure that you avoid these filler words. Toastmaster Swarnima. Toastmaster Anup as a table topics master, he had 5+ hours, 4 shows. I think is something Toastmaster Anup uses a lot. I would make a count of four. I think Toastmaster Asankya as the first table topic speaker, I used 3 hours, one so. Toastmaster Nikhil had 1 hour, one so, one like. Toastmaster Akansha, 2 hours, two so. Toastmaster Zishan, 4 hours, one long pause wherein he was thinking, and then so, two, like, two, very, two, and as well twice that he used. Guest Shivam, 3 hours. Like and so are the repetitive words, both used thrice. And then Toastmaster Swarnima as the table topic speaker number 6, 4 hours, like 5+ so 3. I is something she uses a lot, and again that is we can avoid these jointers again. Toastmaster Swarnima. And proceeding with the speech evaluators, Toastmaster Nikhil 3 hours, two so's, one two because. Toastmaster Anup 2 so, and Toastmaster Akansha. Let me. Okay, I didn't realize I am not presenting. All right, so I'll just present my report. And Toastmaster Nikhil used 3 hours. I have already mentioned. Toastmaster Asankhya. Uh, I am just now delivering my report, and Toastmaster Akansha had 3 hours during her report. That's about it. So back to you, Toastmaster Manvi, for the general evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asankya, for a detailed report along with the presentation towards the end. Now, I would like to call upon stage the third role player of my team, who was the timer. And today he is again playing a dual role along with the TMOD. He managed taking note of all the timings. So, Toastmaster Dev, can we have you on stage for the timing report, please?
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. I will share my screen now for the timer's report. So we started our meeting at 4:17, which was a little late. Started speech session at 4:45, the table topic session at 5:02, and the evaluation session at 5:30. Our prepared speaker Toastmaster Jisan took 6 minutes 16 seconds. Toastmaster Swarnima took 7 minutes 30 seconds. Exactly 7 minutes 30 seconds, 10 milliseconds. And the evaluator one, Toastmaster Nikhil, took 4 whole minutes. Toastmaster Nikhil, please work on that. You are a veteran Toastmaster now, so it is something you need to look upon. Toastmaster Anup took 2 minutes 53 seconds. and he was right on time. For the table topic session, our table topic speaker first Toastmaster Sanket took 2 minutes 27 seconds, Toastmaster Nikhil took 2 minutes 23 seconds, Toastmaster Akanksha took 1 minute, Toastmaster Jason took 1 minute 28 seconds, Guest Shivam took 1 minute 19 seconds, and Toastmaster Swarnima took 1 minute 45 seconds. That's all for my table topic timers report, and I will say my timer report in the chat as well so you all can take notes. Thank you, and over to you, our wonderful, notorious general director of the day, Toastmaster Man. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dev, and thank you so much for using the word of the day even when the grammarian report is already done. I hope grammarian is noting down that as well. But jokes apart, thank you so much everyone for sharing your reports. Now, coming to the general evaluation report, like Toastmaster Dev right now mentioned, we started the meeting around 17 minutes late, wherein again we were waiting for the people who took the role. So I request all those who take the role to please be there because the meeting room opens 15 minutes before the actual timing. So I request all the members along with the role takers to please be join the meeting before the time so that we can start on time. And so we can even end on time, even though we might end on time because it is still 5:48 and we have 12 minutes left. But starting on time is even necessary. Along with that, this was a scope of improvement, but how even when we had a few dropouts for specifically the role takers, I loved how members actually came in and took the role, not just one, but even to do dual roles wherein Toastmaster Anu was playing evaluator along with table topic master. Toastmaster Dev was TMOD along with timer, and same was with no one else. Okay. But along with that, there was one thing that I personally loved was there were people who actually joined in the meeting when the meeting started and took up the role as soon as they heard that the role is still vacant. So thank you so much for that support as well. Coming to a scope of improvement again for the XCOM specifically, wherein the attendance is a bit low today. I do understand it was a long weekend for many, and people are traveling, people enjoying their lives. But maybe we can do a little more PR and we can pre-plan our meetings so that we, at least members, are aware that the meeting is happening and people join on time. So that is a small recommendation. Coming to the TMOD, we all observed how notorious he was and made all of us laugh during the session, made uh, actually engaged everyone, not just Toastmasters, but guests who join in between as well. He made sure that they are keeping engaged throughout the meeting. So that was commendable, Toastmaster Dev, and how you even noted and presented the timing report, that was commendable. Coming to my evaluators, just a small recommendation, wherein I know both the evaluators gave a detailed report and one of them went overtime as well just because he wanted to deliver a detailed report for the speaker. But something that will help the speaker, I personally observed, was even though we were recommending, but adding an example to it. For example, wherein maybe a small recommendation is the speaker could have improved the voice modulation. You can give an example at which part that was missing, and you can show it so that the speaker knows where exactly to add that specific modulation. And something that I personally observed today during the evaluation was there's one point of summarization as well, wherein the summary part was missing in the evaluation. Both the evaluation, the summary part was actually missing. So maybe while taking the evaluation, we can summarize that specific thing. And coming to my tag team report, my actually my team's report, that is the timer, accountant, and grammarian. I do know that all three had their visual representations ready, but either because of the network issue or because they forgot to share the screen, that was actually not, what do we say, not presented while they started the report. That can be worked upon. Otherwise, the detailed report that all three presented was commendable, and thank you so much for doing that. That was all from my side, being the journal evaluator, and that was all for today's observation for the meeting. And I would like to hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much, everyone. Do we have a Toastmaster of the day in the room? Toastmaster Dev?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Can we give a huge round of applause for the evaluation session as a whole and all the role takers who did their job? Now, with that, now it's time for the conclusion of the theme, which started with everyone telling me the ideas to put in my theme, and I am revealing that. Okay, we also have the poll, so I request everyone to please vote for your favorite speaker, table topic speaker, Eagle Eye role player, and the Lionheart role player, because your vote will decide who get the praise of the certificate. With that, as my team concluded, I want to ask the two members who I didn't get the chance to ask from. First is Toastmaster Sankhya. Toastmaster Sankhya, can we have you on the video?
Yes, Toastmaster Dev.
Okay, so I know you joined little late, so you don't know the theme. But the theme is the day I decide, the world decides. Now, first of all, tell me, what do you think the theme went all about by hearing this line?
The day I decide, the world decides. I do as I what I will prefer doing anything and everything as per my whims and fancies. I will do how I want to do things instead of listening to the world around me. Is that what it is all about?
Now I will let Toastmaster Swarnima answer. What was the theme all about today?
So the theme is all about whatever Toastmaster Dave thinks about to do, the world was already doing that. Am I right?
Exactly. And to give the example, I decided to go to Jain and Ayodhya. And when I was just planning the trip, my father told me that people are already there and in too much quantity, so you can't go. So whenever I decide to plan for a trip or anything, the world is already there and I can't go there. As you also remember that last year we were planning to go Mahakumbh, but there was stampede and all happening. So yeah, whenever we decide, the world decides. Now I would like to ask you, tell us a situation where you got the chance to decide something instantly and then you are proud of it.
So there are a lot of things. I am someone who has been, I will again use the word habituated. I have been someone who has been habituated in like at least making my travel plans impromptu. I do not plan it out. Even like I frequent a lot to Noida, Ghaziabad for these sort of events, Toastmaster related events. So there have been instances wherein at 9 p.m. in the evening I decided I have to go to Delhi, and I went to Delhi, and just for a 1 day event and then back the next day. A lot of times my parents are again like asking me, you travel more for Toastmasters than your work. So that is one thing that I will say overall, not just one off event, but overall, whatever I do, it's more about because I work from home, I try to utilize whatever time I have in terms of connecting with people, networking and socializing and learning as a catalyst in terms of being there and making sure I'm making my presence felt. So overall, I will say when you are not burdened to make a plan, and when it's something like Toastmasters, it's better to go impromptu, just like we do in table topics, and let your thoughts come across in your mind, and then you articulate yourself. It's about what I feel is about being comfortable, being uncomfortable on the stage and in your life, and that is wherein that impromptu-ness or the spontaneity also is something that we all develop with time. And I will say that Toastmasters, anything and everything related to Toastmasters is something that I do at the 11th hour or plan it at the last moment. And it most of the times, 99% of the times turns out to be something that is fruitful and enriching when I look back. That's all. Back to you, Toastmaster Dev.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sankhya, and everyone for FYI, for your information. He's been to every event last year, and his attendance at the office was 100% as well. So I don't know how do you manage that, but I guess you can take some tips from Toastmaster Akansa because she was there at Ayodhya, now she is at Bangalore, and who knows where, but not because of the Toastmaster work. Sometime just to relax. Okay, we also have guest Shivam. Guest Shivam, can you come on the camera? Oh, okay, he's there. So can you please share one example where you took a decision right on the spot and you're proud of it?
Yeah, okay, sir. I will share example like recently I have completed one course that is based on, but it's not that much proud moment. But yeah, I can also share that I'm going. I have taken uh, before like a public speaking course. That is from FEA, Freedom Employability Academy course. So that was good for me, and I proud of it. Uh, and a moment, yeah, I have to share that moment, but now I'm not. Yeah, that's it.
So Nourish, every achievement and everything you do is something that you need to be proud of because even if you've done a course that is a small one for you, maybe it's a super big one for anyone else. So always be proud of the things you do. And yes, you are doing wonderful in your life. With that, I come to the conclusion of my theme. And just one last line of wisdom from me. The day you will decide something, the world is maybe already there. But you won't be able to know that until or unless you go there and experience it. So even if your father comes to you and told you that don't go there, there is some stampede, still go to that place to experience the joy. And if it's there, you know that your father was right. If it isn't, you may have the best experience of your life, isn't it? That's all for my team. And now I hand over the stage back to our wonderful presiding officer, Toastmaster Nikhil. Toastmaster Nikhil, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dave. Can we please have a big round of applause for our Toastmaster of the day, everyone? Okay, so where should I start? Obviously, Toastmaster Dave, I mean, you really misled us with that theme, but my heart goes out to you for that. You shared your plight as to how you could not visit places just because everyone else was going there. I cannot control everything, but I definitely can control my home. So whenever you feel like coming to my home, you are very much welcome. I will ensure no one is here, not even myself. So the world is not here at least. But on a serious note, great take, Toastmaster Dave, and thank you so much for bringing that energy to this meeting and carrying this meeting on your shoulders. Thank you so much for taking up that role and ensuring that we had a great time. Thank you so much to all the role players, starting with Toastmaster Anu for taking up two roles at the very last moment. Toastmaster Akansha, Toastmaster Sankhya, Toastmaster Manvi. Thank you so much to all of you. Congratulations to two great speakers we had today, Toastmaster Zishan and Toastmaster Sonima, for delivering such beautiful speeches. And hopefully, the feedback that you got would help you increase the effectiveness of those speeches. And you both are great speakers, and it's all about just improving and learning from each other. So, congratulations. Thank you so much to guest Shivam for joining this meeting. I hope you had a great time, and thank you so much for sharing your feedback as well. Now we quickly move to the now we will quickly move to the recognition segment. So just wanted to check with you, Toastmaster Manvi. or Toastmaster Dev. Toastmaster Dev is sharing the screen. And we'll start with the best speaker. We had two speakers today, Toastmaster Zishan and Toastmaster Swarnima. Any guesses who is going to be awarded as the best speaker for today? Any guesses, everyone? Anyone? Okay, so let's reveal it. Toastmaster Dev. And the award for best speaker goes to Toastmaster Zishan. Congratulations, Toastmaster Zishan. Can we please pin him and take a quick snapshot, Toastmaster Dev? Please give him a big round of applause, everyone. Next up, we have the best table topic speaker for today's meeting. Anyone would like to take a guess? If not, we save some time. And let's just reveal it. Toastmaster Dev, who is it?
You. I guessed it right.
Okay, so thank you everyone for voting for me. We can move ahead, Toastmaster Dev. Next up, we have best evaluator. We had two evaluators. One was anyway disqualified. So we have Toastmaster Anoop as the best evaluator for today's meeting. Toastmaster Anoop, can you please pin him? Why is it that I have Toastmaster Zishan's? Okay, yes. Congratulations, Toastmaster Anoop. Can we please have a big round of applause for him? Next up, we have best auxiliary role player, that is best eagle eye role player of today's meeting, and the award goes to. So we had our counter, grammarian timer, and the award goes to grammarian Toastmaster Akansha. Congratulations, Toastmaster Akansha. Yet again, you have taken up this award. So congratulations. Can we please have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Akansha, everyone? And next up, we have the best role player of today's meeting award, best Lionheart role player for today's meeting. We had three options: Toastmaster Manvi as the general evaluator, Toastmaster Dev as the team mod, and Toastmaster Anoop as table topic master. And best Lionheart role player goes to Toastmaster Dev Parashar. Congratulations, Toastmaster Dev. And that brings us to the end of the recognition section. Anyone who would like to share anything, any feedback before we close this meeting? Anyone? Toastmaster Swarnima, Toastmaster Zishan, Toastmaster Kansha, Shivam, Toastmaster Anoop, anyone? All right. So that brings us to the end of our 222nd meeting of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. You all have been I would like to thank all the participants in this meeting for helping us conduct this meeting in such a smooth manner, for participating actively, and for all the great speeches and all the evaluations and everything. Thank you so much. With that, I would like to, since we do not have Sa, I would like to close the call of this meeting officially, and we can stop the recording.